This is the last time that she met with my mother. It was a day before, 2 days before that Saturday.
Suddenly she's opened the door, and one day before that she told me, I can, אין לי זמן לבוא לראות אותך, אמא.
She was definitely a person who brought joy, just brought joy and happiness.
She brought joy. She was a huge light. She was pure in her heart, really. She had, she was humble, even though she was, so talented and such a beautiful person. She was so, it's hard to describe because, I always say in that Saturday, that she remained true to herself. In that situation, I don't know how I would react if I was...
Nobody knows.
We don't know, but we know from her recording, there is a recording of phone calls that she made to the Magen David Adom, to her supervisors. When she asked for evacuation, she told about the injuries, and you can hear her so calm, so professional, even though she knows it's the end. She knows that there is no help in the way. They are telling her, we can't send ambulances, it's a war zone, the kibbutz, we can't get inside. She knows it, and she's still treating the injuries. We spoke with one of the injured people that survived, and he was with her for many hours at the clinic. He was badly wounded, he got shot, and she treated him from 7 a.m. until the IDF soldiers could get inside the clinic and rescue him. But he was with Amit in the clinic for many, many hours, and she treated him and she saved his life. And he told us that even after she ran out of medical supply and she couldn't help him anymore because he needed to go to a hospital to have the surgery, she kept giving him water, encourage him. He was lying on the floor because there was not enough beds in the clinic, so she put soft things underneath him so he will be comfortable.
I can, obviously you've already worked through, the memorial and working through, one of the things is when you have a tragedy that's so horrific, the more you do tell the story, it's harsh, it's hard, but it helps you work through it, Some people are like, no, I can't handle it, and we were talking about this a little bit today, but really giving her honor is handling it. She handled it, she did it, gives her honor to really live what she did. But then there's this point where you go from this shocking death, which was but a moment in her entire life.
Yeah.
She's how old? 22?
22.
So she has one horrific day, one tragic day. But that really isn't who she is.
No.
That's what came out of her is what was in her.
Yes, exactly.
That's what happened. You say, could you do it? I don't know if you could do it or you don't know. As I said, who she became is a product also of her family, a lot of love and care, sisters. She felt safe to be anything she wanted to be, no doubt. That's what I see. I hear that with your father, her mother. But then she was also such a gift in in your elder age and to the girls, and she was life, and she brought everybody joy. I saw her dancing with the mamas going, okay, keep singing, she brought you joy.
Yes.
She was a child that brought joy. She was a gift to the family, even though it was a short time. And so one of the things that I encourage you is that there'll be a day where you'll talk about this because we want to give her honor. You want people to know just how heroic this was. But mostly it's also because the world needs to know how grievous this was, how barbaric this was, how awful this was. And it's kind of tied to that. So Not like she was taken and it was just isolated. This had to do with a much larger evil plot.
Yes.
But then there's this thing that I would say to you that while I'm sitting here is that be sure, now you want to be friends, okay? Don't let that one few hours take away the 21 years of life.
No.
And focus on the life. And
Yes.
because there'll be you did that in order to even have a memorial. You had to, from the shock and the grief and the anguish, and you picked yourself up and you made a movie and you put pictures together and you're talking and meeting with us, where a lot of times you just want to go in a hole when you want to grieve. You don't want to see anybody, right? But you're doing it. You're talking for her sake. But I pray that the day will come so that you can move into, because the tragedy, the death, it just overshadows all the life. But her life was so big, it cannot overshadow it.
No, it will not.
So even if they try to kill her, they did kill her natural body. But the Bible even talks about it. And I don't know, where you're at with the word in the Bible, your belief. But
My mother, yes.
Yes.
She's a religious person.
okay. The Bible says that our works will follow us. How do our works follow us? Through people.
לא הבנתי עוד פעם. The Bible says...
Our works will follow us.
מעשינו לפנינו, כאילו אומר מי אנחנו.
So how does that happen? Through you, through people, through the children, through your children, through everyone that knew her. Will now take the part of what God put in your life and say, God, He only gave you this short measure of time with her. And He knew this day was coming, even though it's hard to understand. He knows the days, He knew her time. She was a special gift to you. He trusted you with her. You didn't get to choose her, He chose her. And He said, this woman is going to be the mother of this amazing young lady. And this family, they're going to love her, they're going to care for her, and she's going to bloom. And she has lived more life than most at 50.
This true. It's
Double,
it's
triple.
very, very true, because she really, maybe because she lost her father when she was only 14 years old. Maybe because it was she was a paramedic and she saw how fractured life is. So she knew to live fully, to really make every moment matter. Really, she traveled the world. She
תראי להם את הקטע מהסרטון הזה, שהיא טיילת בעולם.
זה 15 דקות, זה גם, you want to see the movie?
We will watch the movie.
במקום לדבר, יש מה לראות, לא משנה.
Anyway, she really, really lived, and we put it as a target to ourselves to remember her like she was, and to continue her to spread her light.
Yes.
But still, the way that she died,
Yes.
so horrifying, so scary. Nobody deserved
No.
to die like this, scared and alone. And it will take time to even understand that she's really gone, because we still don't.
Right. Shock.
We don't understand it. We can't really understand. Our mind knows that she's dead, but we can't really understand that we will never see her anymore. It's too painful, but...
To her every day. Mommy, what are you cooking today? Mommy, can I give you את הכביסות שהייתי מביאה לי את ה...
Yes.
ועם כל האומץ, ומי שהייתה, שרק היה אף יתוש, אמא, יש פה יתוש!
With all
שבת
the
תזמיני
bravery,
אמבולנס.
when there was a mosquito, she would run away.